Hi there, and welcome to Ben's English Lab. Today we want to look at these words from a vocabulary bank. A vocabulary bank is a reservoir of words, is a place, is a word reservoir, is a word bank, is a place, is a bank that you go to bring out words for different situations, words for different contexts, okay? And of course, you know that for you to improve your communicative skills, whether spoken or written, it's important to learn new words. So that's why we're looking at these words, the meanings, and then we use each of these words in a sentence, okay? Just for better understanding. So let's get to it. The first word here is recalcitrant. Of course, the pronunciation is recalcitrant. Recalcitrant. What does the word recalcitrant mean? Recalcitrant simply means uncooperative. Uncooperative or refusing to obey. Refusing to obey. That's what it means. To be uncooperative or refusing to obey instructions. So this word is an adjective. Uncooperative. So if you have a staff who is unwilling to obey instructions, who is very rigid at obeying instructions, you say, oh, that individual is recalcitrant. Remember, it is recall, not recall. Recalcitrant. So uncooperative or refusing to obey. Number two here is abdicate. Yeah, the stress is on the first syllable actually. Abdicate, not abdicate. It's abdicate. Abdicate is a verb, and this verb simply means to give up, to give up, or to relinquish. Again, if you use the word abdicate, what it simply means in situations is to give up or to relinquish. For example, you can say the king has been asked to abdicate the throne. The king has been asked to abdicate the throne. Number three is ameliorate. Ameliorate simply means to improve, a bad situation, and make it better. To improve a bad situation or to make something bad to be better. Ameliorate, ameliorate, ameliorate. Of course, when you have a word ending rat, most of the time the stress falls on the third syllable from the back, okay? Ameliorate. So this is rate, this is there, and here. Okay, so this is where the stress is. Ameliorate. Here. Me, this is where the stress. So ameliorate is the pronunciation of this word, and it means to improve a bad situation or to make something bad to be better, to improve a condition. We need government aid to ameliorate the living condition of people in my state. We need government aid to improve or to ameliorate the lives of people, the living condition of people in my state. So that's what ameliorate simply means. Ameliorate simply means to improve a bad situation or to make something better. So let's come to number four. Number four is deleterious. Deleterious from the word delete. If you look at the first six letters, they form the word delete. So delete. And then you have altogether deleterious. Deleterious. This word simply means harmful. Harmful. Okay. For example, drinking from that polluted water is deleterious to our health. Drinking from that polluted water is deleterious to our health. That is, drinking from that water is harmful to our health. Or you can say, drinking from that water, the polluted water, has a deleterious effect to us, has a deleterious effect on our health. Deleterious simply means harmful. And number five, we have this is TR. So intransigent. Intransigent What does this word mean? Intransigent. Being intransigent is a little close to being recalcitrant. Intransigent is close to being recalcitrant, but they are different. Okay. Intransigent simply means stubborn, or something close to being obstinate. So the major difference between being intransigent and being recalcitrant is in the fact that being recalcitrant means to be uncooperative, just having the nature of not cooperating with a group or not conforming to a norm. Okay, so just being unnecessarily rigid. But here, being intransigent, you have your opinion, there's another opinion, and then people try to persuade you to shift ground, and you're saying no. You're being obstinate, being stubborn, being unyielding, not wanting to change. That is very difficult to be persuaded. Yes, when you're being difficult to be persuaded, you say you're intransigent. This intentional example would be, I tried persuading him, but he remained intransigent. I tried to persuade her, but she remained intransigent. Remember that intransigent is different from being recalcitrant. Being intransigent is different from being recalcitrant. Being recalcitrant simply means being difficult to, or just being non-conforming to a standard or to a norm. Whereas being intransigent simply means being stubborn or being obstinate, refusing to change from your opinion to somebody else's point of view. So remember this vocabulary bank. A vocabulary bank is a word reservoir, is a reservoir of words, but you pick words that you use for different contexts. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.